What's happening, family? It's Cat Sports again, back for another afternoon with my people. Now, as usual, before I get started, let me give a shout out to the JBT community. It's just boxing talk. We're a group of people who just love to talk boxing. And we're always looking for others to join us. And you don't have to have a podcast. The only requirement is you just have to love to talk boxing. That's all. That's all. Miss Cass, hashtag JBT. Ray Patterson, straight out of New Jersey. What's up, Ray? Mike Masick. Salute Mike Masick. Salute to everybody. And welcome to another episode of Cat Sport, the Box Historian. This is the Thursday afternoon edition. How's everybody doing this Thursday afternoon? Pulled right back up on another weekend again. It's just Monday yesterday, wasn't it? But anyway, I guess we got the Cinco de Mayo press conference today. Well, everything always happens right during my show, the press conferences, the weigh-ins, but it's all good. I'll see it later. But today, it's on the Kronk gym, okay? Featuring Emanuel Steward. Just to talk about the history of the legendary Kronk gym, a look at Emanuel Steward's career, and look at some of the fighters that came out of the Kronk gym. And I think we're going to have some time at the end. We're going to talk about some other boxing gyms, other famous boxing gyms around the world, you know, like the Wild Card Boxing Club, that's Freddie Roach out in Los Angeles, California. Of course, Gleason's Gym, Mayweather Boxing Club, Robert Garcia Boxing Academy, Oxnard, California. We're going to look at some few other boxing gyms today, too. But first, it's going to be the legendary Kronk gym, run by the legendary Emanuel Steward. It's still open now. It's run by his daughter, Sylvia Stewart Williams. And I have a correction to make. I was saying that they opened another Kronk gym in Phoenix, Arizona. No, it was Tucson, Arizona. So my mistake. Let me correct that. It's Arizona, but it's not Phoenix. There's another Kronk gym in Tucson, Arizona. Yeah. Couldn't find too much information on that one, but we want to talk about the main one anyway, the old legendary Kronk gym. Well, the buzz is all over the internet today about Ryan Garcia. That's been positive. And that's all the Devin Haney fans needed. And remember how I was telling you last week, the week after the fight, how I was going in these chats and wasn't seeing all these Devin Haney fans all of a sudden that's been running their mouth all this time? Guess who's back today? They came out of their hiding, came out of their holes. Ryan threw them a lifeline, and they got that Story about Ryan being dirty. They're back. Yeah. But I don't care. Just like Ryan don't care. He still whipped his ass. So I don't care what he was on. Okay. I still saw their hero go down 3 times and get beat. Now I don't know what they're going to do about it. Are they going to make it a no contest? I haven't heard anything. Yeah, but the Devin Haney fanboys are back. Mm-hmm. A lot of them that had jumped in their holes and pulled the top end over them have came out to this morning. Yeah. Mm-hmm. They never learn. Next they'll be talking about what he'll do to Tank, and he's the face of boxing all over again. But yeah, Ryan was on something. Yeah, but Ryan didn't care. Just like he came in 3 pounds over, he paid the 1.5 mil. He just wanted to beat Devin, and he did it. Okay. And PEDs in him or not, Devin still couldn't get away from that left hook. So there's a blueprint out there to beating Devin Haney now. But yeah, the Devin Haney fanboys got a lifeline. They're back. Even the big 100 million subscriber channels are back talking their nonsense. They probably got a whole big memo from Bill this morning about the talking point. But how come Bill didn't stop the fight? The money was that important that he sent his son in there with a guy hyped up on steroids or an illegal substance knowingly? Because wouldn't they have to tell the other side? Once the positive test came back, wouldn't Vada have to tell Bill? And he still sent his son in there? That says a lot about him. But yeah, today is the legendary Kronk Gym. And of course, tomorrow is profile day. It's Sugar Ray Leonard this week. Okay. But how's everybody doing this afternoon? We're pulled up on the weekend. We got the big fight this weekend, one of the big ones, Canelo and Jaime Munguia. A lot of people giving Jaime a chance. I don't. Not much. Well, it's boxing. You always have a chance. I don't give him much of one. I think Canelo will get him out of there. And Canelo has 66 fights. I think he's 62 wins, 2 losses. 2 draws, I think. Yeah. But we know Canelo lost at least 7 fights if they were judged right. Like the Dimitri Bivol fight. They gave it to Bivol 115, 113. Come on, man. That fight was not even close to being that close. But I don't think Canelo will need any help from the judges on this one this weekend. I got him getting Jaime out of there. Jaime likes to get in there close and mix it up. So yeah, he's going to be right there. He's got a high punch body, but Canelo has that granite chin. And I just don't see Jaime stopping him. Now, a lot of people are giving Jaime a chance for the decision. Nah. Canelo still got it. And you know how Canelo is clearly showing he don't want to fight David Benavidez. I don't know why. There's no guarantee that David Benavidez can beat Canelo. I give that like 50-50. Maybe 55-45 in Canelo's favor. I don't know. Maybe he just don't want to take that chance. I just don't understand it. You can make a lot of money in that one. He might do it just before. He might make that his cash out fight. Just before he walk out the door, he might get on in there with David. But David has gone to 175. You know, he's not worrying about Canelo anymore. Okay, Canelo wouldn't fight him. He went on up. David Morrell's next fight is at 165 also, but he'll probably be coming back to 168. But Billy is still there. I think Canelo knocks Billy out because Billy is no defense. His offense is his defense, okay? He's very hittable, very counterable. Is that a word? Counterable? Well, yeah, Billy is right there for counters because all he does is throw. High punch volume, no defense. So far, he hasn't really fought anybody that's sending anything serious back at him. But the minute he gets in there with Canelo or a Morrell or a Benavidez, somebody like that, he's going to sleep. Yeah. His offense is his defense. He just overwhelms fighters and don't give them a chance to send much back at him. But he hasn't been in there with the right person yet. But yeah, Canelo and Jaime Munguia this weekend. Yep. And remember, next Tuesday is the Monster. Yes, sir. He's going up against Louis Neary, putting his Undisputed on the line. I remember after the Monster got Undisputed against Tapales in December, he said he wanted to defend his title at 122, but I don't see much of a challenge there for him. I don't see much for him at 126 either. He would have to go to at least 130 for anybody to have a chance against him. But I don't see too much at 130 neither. No Monster. Can he make 135? That's when I see potential of somebody beating him, you know. But I said yesterday maybe Bruce Carrington get a few more fights on his belt, but nah, he can't handle Monster. Carrington can get 15, 20 more fights on his belt. Nah, Monster would do him the same way he did Cool Boy. It would be bad. It was bad for Cool Boy. I still see that finishing sequence. It was a stab jab to the body, left hook, right cross. Now I might not have the order right. I know the stab jab to the body was first. And I can't remember whether it was the left hook or the right cross that came next, but it was those two punches that put Cool Boy away. And I was surprised he got up. But I knew once he went down, once the Monster folded him, and I was team Cool Boy. But once the Monster folded him up with that left hook, right cross, that was a wrap. Cool Boy courageously got up, but once the Monster started unloading him again, it was good for the referee to get in there because Cool Boy was on his way to sleep. So yeah. But that stab jab to the body, I think it was left hook, right cross in that order. That was vicious, man. I felt that in Baltimore all the way from Japan with Cool through the TV. That was vicious. And Cool Boy hasn't been in there since. Has not been in the ring since. Maybe we're going to give it a few more minutes. A few more people time to get in here. Lonnie Lee's coming at 2:30. Let's Talk Fashion probably will be here. Al Booger, Thomas Hill, the regulars. But that press conference is today too, so everything happens during my time. It's all good. But yeah, we're gonna be talking some more boxing history today. Because if it's Monday through Friday at 2:00, it's the Box Story. That's me. Your friendly neighborhood box story. AKA 2:00 Shorty. AKA Cass Sports. What was that name Thomas Hill gave me yesterday? The AKA the Mr. Old Timer Show Ducker or something like that. Yeah, that's me too. I'm not getting up there with all those trainers and professional boxing people. Like Kenny Ellis and Bernard Hackett. Those are two trainers, man. Bruce Gass goes up there and holds his own with him, but I'm not Bruce Gass. Not getting up there. I always just listen. I don't comment. Because the minute I show my name in that channel on Sunday, everybody, get up there, Cass. Go ahead, Cass. Come on, Cass. Get up there, Cass. So I just listen. I don't dare even come in the chat because they be on me. Get up there, Cass. So I just listen on Sundays. They all get up there, led by Thomas Hill. Yep. But I enjoyed it, the Old Timer Show on Sundays. Those some knowledgeable boxing guys up there, man. I guess that's probably what, like 500 years worth of boxing stuff. 50, usually 6 of them, over 50 at least. So what's 6 times 50? About 300, at least 300 years worth of boxing knowledge. So yeah, Old School himself came up with that idea. William Old School around. He goes up there every now and then too. Now we had the first one. It was me, Old School, Dre's Finest, Jay, and Bruce Gas. You know, when Jay first started it, I thought it was going to be just the regular over 50 guys that be in the chat, be in the hangout. I didn't know all these other professional people was going to come in. But it's all good the way he has it. Yeah, it's all good. I just didn't know it was going to be that format. You know, I thought it was going to be us. You know, like the first one was. But it's still all good. They just won't get me up there. That's all. What how's everybody doing this Thursday afternoon? We got Canelo Saturday, and I think we got a card from the UK. You know, like I told you, there's always a card from the UK. Always. Every Saturday. You know, Eddie Hearn. Mm-hmm. When does Frank, what was the guy name that had what was it, Queensbury promotion, Frank Warren? I don't know about Frank. Does he do any much to him? I seen Rayo's name. He's fighting Pitbull on August 3rd on the Big Bud card. I don't know about that one. Pitbull and Rayo. That might turn out to be the best fight on the card. Rayo is a very talented, skillful guy. And you know Pitbull is going to come forward until you stop him from coming forward. And if you can't stop him from coming forward, then Pitbull is going to be coming forward. Okay? And that's Pitbull in a nutshell. That describes him. He's going to come forward. And if you can't stop him from coming forward, you're in trouble. So that's going to be interesting to see him and Rayo. That's going to be an interesting card. Virgil Ortiz and Tim Zoo. Now, Virgil, you know, we're not sure on him because remember he had that illness, rhabdomyolysis. See him showing off. Rhabdomyolysis. The only reason I say it correctly is because I heard it said so much. Rhabdomyolysis. Now, since he had that illness, he's only had 2 rounds since like 2022. Okay, he got canceled last year. So we don't know about Virgil. We're going to see him on the fly against Timson. Okay, we got Joey Franks in the building. Joey Franks 757 hashtag JBT. Salute Joey Franks. And we got Let's Talk Fashion in here. Okay, Joy. Yeah. I appreciate it. Yeah, I know you hadn't. I know you would have it in there by, 2:30 tomorrow. Because that's going to always start up at 2:30. And salute to Joy Frank, 757 hashtag JBT. And Let's Talk Fashion. Big hashtag JBT. Remo. Okay. www.richthreads.com, Remo. RICHETHREADS. That Remo. And another fire hashtag Let's Talk Fashion is out there. Yeah, we're going to be on the Kronk gym today starting up, but we're going to talk about some of those other gyms too. Like I was telling everybody else, Freddie Roach's, what's the name of Freddie's gym again? I gotta look at my notes. I know it. It's in Los Angeles. Okay, yeah, Freddie has the Wild Card Boxing Club out there in LA, and then we got Gleason's gym, Mayweather's Boxing Club, Robert Garcia's Boxing Academy in Oxnard, California. After we get finished talking about the Kronk, we're going to talk about some other gyms. Okay? Some other famous gyms. Yeah. That's what today is going to be all about. Yeah. And we're going to get started in a few minutes. It's just about 2:30. Yeah. And you know what? The Haney fanboys have came out of hiding. They got a lifeline with the Ryan failed test. All the ones that you were seeing in the chat since Devin got his ass beat, they have came out of their holes and back talking nonsense again. And this one big 10 million subscriber channel was back on here talking stupid this morning. Bill gave them their memos for their talking points. They got a lifeline. But why did Bill let his son get in there with a guy that he knew had illegal substance in the system because they had to tell Bill, didn't they? They said they knew before the fight. So how come Bill still let his son get in there? Why didn't he stop it? But still got the blueprint for beating Devin. Just a good left hook. Because those PEDs had nothing to do with him not being able to get out of the way of that left hook. Okay? The PEDs had nothing to do with that. So yeah, the blueprint is out there for beating him. Those people don't learn. They're back talking trash again. Next, they'll be calling him the face of boxing again, and he'll knock Tank Daff out and all that dumb shit again. But I was enjoying when they were in hiding. Did we get like a week and a half without them? Now they're back. I'm talking about the fanboy ones, not the regular Devin fan, the crazy one. Like that one young guy to be on Just Dudes. I think it's two guys with the same last name. I think that guy's about 15 years old. Because you can tell by the tone of his voice that he's very young and the stuff he says out of his mouth. I don't even give him 18 years old. And some people be on there going back and forth with a kid. I guarantee you that guy's about 15 or 16. Hadn't seen him in a while, but I guarantee you he's back today. I bet you he'd be on Just Do today. I hadn't seen him since the Ryan fight. But yeah, they're coming back out. Mike Rim in the building. Let's get ready to just talk about the Kronk Gym and some of these other boxing clubs. We're going to do a little history on the Kronk Gym. Then we're going to look at briefly at Emanuel Steward's career. Then we're going to look at a few of the fighters that came out of Kronk Gym. Then we're going to look at some of the other gyms. Y'all like that thumbnail? Not that picture up there, the one that you come in off of. I think I had it a little crooked at the bottom, but I hope that wasn't too noticeable. But I think that's a fire thumbnail there, man. Yeah, Kronk Gym. Miss Cass helped me out with that one. That was a good one. Told you that's the executive vice president. Couldn't do it without her. Yeah. Since I told you it's a little crooked at the bottom, y'all go look at it now. Say yep, but you didn't even notice it at first. But I like it. That's Thomas Hearns, and I believe that's guy to his left is oh man, Hill McKenty. I think it might be Hill McKenty. Hill McKenty was the first world champion Emanuel Steward had. Okay, it was before Hearns. But Hearns was the best fighter he had, most successful. Can't say best because I didn't see everybody come out of there. But Hearns was the most successful. Okay, I can safely say that. And yeah. Well, let's talk about it a little bit. Kronk Gym. Everybody tap on that appreciation button for your boy, Gas Sports, aka the Box Historian, aka 2 o'clock Shorty. And the mayor of YouTube gave me another name, aka Mr. Old Timers Show. The one that ducks the Mr. Old Timers Show or something he calls me. Like I was telling everybody, I listened to it, but I just listened because the minute my name hit that chat, everybody's get up there, Cass, get up there, Cass, led by Thomas Hill. So I don't let my name be seen in there on Sundays. I just listen, but I'm listening. Watch Sunday, I'm gonna put my name in there. Everybody's gonna be telling me to go up there. Led by Thomas Hill, the mayor of YouTube. And then I'm gonna just keep listening again. I just show y'all what I'm talking about. Okay. Now the old legendary Kronk Gym out there in Detroit, Michigan. You know, where the car industry is popular out there, the Motown sound. But that ain't all. The Kronk Gym is a well-known staple out there in Detroit, Michigan, too. Don't forget the old Kronk. Okay, let me lower this down some. I got a small slide presentation today. We're only a couple of days away from Canelo and Jaime. I'm surprised by how many people out there giving Jaime a chance. I'm talking about trainers and former fighters and active fighters. I saw this thing on I forgot what it was, one of those big ones. They interviewed fighters, and they was talking to some trainers and ex-fighters and some current fighters, and over half of them was saying Jaime. Was it fight height? I think it was fight height. Yeah, I think just about more said Jaime than Canelo, man. And I'm like, what? Yeah, I was kind of surprised by that. But we gonna see. I'm still with Canelo. A lot of them thinking because of the member fight, because Canelo going on like 65 fights, going towards 70, and a lot of them thinking that. And no, I don't think that's going to hurt him. I think he'll be just fine. Jaime has never been tested, Sure, he's got that high punch output and all that, but he ain't been in there with somebody that's throwing anything serious back at him. Well, John Ryder, but no, that's not a Canelo. You know what I mean? But we're gonna see about Jaime Saturday in a couple of days. Okay, let's see. Oscar done pissed Canelo off too. Canelo would like nothing better than to knock Jaime out right there in front of Oscar now. Because Oscar always starts shit. Remember that press conference in the Ryan and Tank fight? He stood up there and talked all that dumb trash. Why does Oscar do that? Always try to talk shit. Canelo told him, shut the fuck up. I heard that in Spanish. I could tell by the tone and the way he delivered it. The last thing he said to him was, shut the fuck up. Remember when Jay Hardcore showed it yesterday? I guarantee you that's what that was in Spanish. Because I know how a person delivers that. That's how he delivered it. He said, shut the fuck up. But Oscar is always starting shit, man. You remember the Tank thing? How he started talking about the rehydration clause and how Tank's team was scared and all that. The Leonard Ellaby was timing up for him. Remember? And Leonard told Canelo, how many times have you put rehydration clauses and stuff on people? Remember? Yeah. He dragged Floyd up to 154. Floyd still beat him, but he still dragged him up there, remember? He gonna stand up there and talk trash. He done pissed Canelo off, though. He might beat him. That's a strike. I bet you Jaime didn't like that. Jaime probably sitting there, no, Canelo, stop. I got to get in there with this guy. You don't. Okay, let's do this. But everybody okay this Thursday afternoon? We're one more thing. All these fights we got coming up, you know what I think the best one is going to be? Jesse Bam Rodriguez versus Juan Francisco Estrada at flyweight 115. Well, I think it's a WBA belt. And a lot of people are saying, well, Bam is jumping up there in his first fight going at the champion, but Bam has fought at 115 before. So he knows how it feels to operate at that weight. Plus, it's only 3 pounds. So, no problem. Them little weight classes, 3 pounds, that's nothing. And Bam actually had that belt that Francisco has that he's fighting for before. Yep, he dropped it and went down. But, those classes, they're always going up and down, because it's only 3 pounds, 112, 115. You know how they got 4 weight classes within 10 pounds down there, 112, and they got 115, 118, 122. They could drop 2 of those. Okay. Kronk Gym featuring Emanuel Steward. Okay. Now I know the press conference always comes on and the weigh-ins, all that stuff is always during my time. But it's all good. Just after you watch them, if you go, come back, please. Okay, it's all good. Forget what you heard. It's all good. And if you don't know, you better ask somebody. All right. Good afternoon, Mike Grimm. All right. Kronk Gym. Now, it's a boxing gym located in Detroit, Michigan. And it was once led by trainer Emanuel Steward. Now, like I told you, his daughter runs it now. Sylvia Stewart Williams. Okay. Now, Kronk was run out of a basement of the oldest recreation center in the city of Detroit, okay? And it became a household name in the sport of boxing. And it's a magnet to young talent. Following their enormous success and high profile of multiple world champions, and not just multiple world champions, Boxing Hall of Famers, like Thomas the Hitman Hearns came through Kronk, okay? Now, Kronk was named after Detroit City Councilman John Kronk, okay? And Kronk opened in 1921, okay? Now, the original site closed in 2006. And then they moved and it reopened in 2015. It was closed for 9 years. They had a fire there. They said it was a suspicious fire. I don't know the whole story behind that. But it closed in 2006 and reopened at a new location in 2015. Now, let's look at the original Detroit gym. Okay. Now, Kronk began to earn the real fame during the late 1970s, okay, when prospects like Hilmer Kenty, Thomas Hearns, Mickey Goodwin trained there, and they were all prospects then. Remember, Hilmer Kenty was the first world champion out of there, when Emanuel Steward was running. Now, Hearns and Mickey Goodwin trained there. Oh, excuse me, that was the end of the last sentence. Hilmer Kenty, Thomas Hearns, and Mickey Goodwin trained there. Now, in 1980, Kenty became Kronk's first world champion. Okay, he was the first one, period. Hearns followed months later, same year, 1980. Okay. In 1983, Kronk fighter Milton McCoy won the WBC welterweight title, vacated by Sugar Ray Leonard. Remember, Sugar Ray retired after Hearns messed that eye up, that detached retina. That's who won it. The Kronk fighter won it, Milton McCoy. Jimmy Paul beat Harry Arroyo for the International Boxing Federation World Lightweight title in 1985. Dwayne Thomas, another Kronk fighter, beat the Beast, John Mugabe, for the WBC Junior Middleweight title. And that was in 1986. So the Kronk has had all kinds of success. Milton McCoy's brother, Steve McCoy, he was also a world champion. Who was, as an amateur, he won the flyweight gold medal at the 1984 Summer Olympics in Los Angeles. But the Russians wasn't there. You know, the Russians always got some good fighters. You got to put an asterisk by that Olympics. The Russians wasn't there. They boycotted, remember. We boycotted them in 80 from Moscow. So, anybody got their gold medal in 84 had to put an asterisk by that because the Russians wasn't there. Okay? Now, but anyway, Steve McCoy out of the Kronk gym won it. And he fought there as an amateur too. They have a good amateur program at the Kronk gym also. In 1984, 4 Kronk team members of various weight classes were ranked world top 10 by the AIBA. Steve McCoy, number 1 at 112 pounds. This is amateurs. Mark Breland, number 1 at 147 pounds. Frank Tate, number 5 at 156 pounds. And Ricky Womack, number 3 at 178 pounds. That's big. We have 4 amateurs from one gym. You know how many amateurs it is out here? Wow. Now, in the 1990s, the Kronk stable included 2-time WBA welterweight champion, Mark Breland. Okay. Top amateur prospect and future contender, Tariq Salmacy, and repeat welterweight contender, Ober Carr. Okay. And when I did a little profile and talk, but I didn't include Mark Breland today because we just did one on him yesterday from the New York fighters. So, but he was a Kronk fighter. Okay. Now, among the many world champions who trained at Kronk, at least once among the many world champions who trained at Kronk, at least once during their careers, but it wasn't their home gym. It's a whole bunch of them, you know. They just happened to fight there. I mean, come through there and train. Some of those names these are guys that just Kronk, well, they didn't come up in Kronk, it wasn't their home gym, but they just came through there and trained because it was the competition, such a classical gym. Some of those are Michael Moorer, Wilfred Benitez. Wilfred trained in the Tucson gym. Hector Camacho, Julio Cesar Chavez, Nassim Hamed, Evander Holyfield, Lennox Lewis, Emanuel Steward actually trained him for a while. Jermaine Taylor, and Tyson Fury. The Tucson gym. Did have a little information on the Tucson gym. I lied and said I didn't. Okay. Now, Kronk opened the second gym in Tucson, Arizona. And I've been saying Phoenix, Arizona all week, but it's Tucson. Pardon me for that. Let me correct that. It's Tucson. It's not Phoenix, Arizona. It's Tucson. But Kronk opened the second gym in Tucson, Arizona during the 1990s. Okay? A new host of fighters who would later become world champions arrived there, including Gerald McClellan. The Kronk franchise began to sell Kronk merchandise through catalog sales. In 1998, Kronk opened Kronk Gym website, promoting the gyms and their fighters. Okay, started the website in 1998 because that's when the internet was. That seemed foreign now for a big gym like that to not have a website. But yeah, back in the 80s, there was no such thing as websites. So yeah, they just opened theirs in 98 when the internet was really getting big. Right? To a kid, they probably wouldn't understand. They didn't have a website, but there wasn't no websites. Now, the Detroit gym closed. You remember I told you at the top of the show that 2006, the old gym shut down. In September 2006, the original gym at 5555 McGraw Avenue, between 33rd and Junction Streets in Detroit, closed temporarily after thieves stole copper water pipes, cutting the water supply off to the building. Wow. Boxers relocated to a Dearborn Gold's gym. Okay, a Save the Kronk campaign aimed at keeping the facilities from closing due to budget shortfall was spearheaded by Emanuel Steward. The campaign would ultimately work toward building a new Kronk. Okay, so they didn't open that one back up, but they did get a new gym. The gym and recreation center was officially closed by the Recreation Department on November 28, 2006. That was about a month after the thieves stole the water pipe. Month or so afterward. About 2 months later, it closed. Okay, November 6, 2006. Due to the prohibited cost of repairs to the plumbing and building infrastructure. It was old and in bad shape anyway before the thieves stole the pipe. So it turned out to be a positive thing because they got a new gym out of it. If those thieves hadn't stole those pipes, they probably would have been in that old beat down building for another 10 years. Now, the past few years, the Detroit gym relocated to a new facility in a storefront on Westbourne Avenue. On October 7th, 2017, the original Kronk gym went up in flames on a suspicious fire. The roof was destroyed, and the basement gym was heavily damaged. Okay, reopening. The new facility opened on Memorial Day weekend in 2015 at 9520 Metatol Street. So that's what I meant about the thieves breaking and taking those pipes turned into a positive, because if they hadn't, they would have still been in that old beat down building. Might have still been in it now. But once they took those pipes out, they had to go in there and repair them. They saw just how messed up the infrastructure of the building was, and they say, you spending money repairing this mess. and ended up with a new place. It took 9 years, but they got a new place. Okay. So on August 20th, 2020, during the COVID-19 pandemic and subsequent restrictions in sports events, the Kronk Gym hosted its first ever professional boxing event. That was a long time dream that Steward had had. And the card was headlined by Kronk fighter Vladimir Shishkin, who defeated Oscar Rojas via 9th round technical knockout. Okay, that was the first actual event. And they do have boxing cards there. That was the first one. It was in 2020, just 4 years ago. It just happened. Wow. Okay. Yes, this is the more the fighters that, like I said, the Kronk Gym had many fighters spend part of their careers training there who didn't grow up boxing in the Kronk Gym, and the Kronk wasn't their home gym. Here are a few more. Sid Tyson Fury, Dennis Andres, Jesse Benavidez, Julio, Oscar De La Hoya came through there, Jeff Fennick, Nassim Hamed, Holyfield, Vander Holyfield, Lennox Lewis, Graciano Rocchiani, Ricky Goodwin, Lindell Holmes, John David Jackson, Mike McCallum, Eddie Mustafa Muhammad, and Leon Speaks. Yep, old Leon. Just Do Boxing, The Voice in the building. Salute. What's up, Just Do Boxing? Talking about some gyms today, starting with the Kronk Gym. And we're going to talk about a few others. Mayweather Boxing Club, Freddie Roach's gym out there, Robert Garcia's out there in Oxnard, Freddie Roach's in LA. Gold's Gym, yeah, that's what we're going to do today. Go over some gyms. First, we're going to talk about the Kronk and Emanuel Steward, and some of the guys that came out of Kronk. That's just a legendary place, man, Kronk Gym. Hitman, the most famous and successful fighter to come out of there. But the first one to win a championship wasn't Hitman, it was Homer Kenty. He did it the same year that the Hitman did it, but he did it a few months before the Hitman. He was the first one to win a title. Hilmer Kenty. I said Homer. Hilmer. Not Hohi. Okay, now let's talk a little bit about Emanuel Steward. He's the man. Now, the Kronk Gym opened way before Emanuel in 1921, but he was the one that really made it into the legendary place that it turned into was Emanuel Steward. Everybody tapping on that appreciation button. I appreciate it. Okay, Emanuel Steward. Now, D for the win in the building. What's up, D for the win? Yeah, we're talking about the Kronk Gym today. We're going to talk a little about Emanuel, legendary trainer who ran the Kronk Gym. It is Emanuel. But salute. What's up, D for the win? How are you today, bro? Now, Emanuel, and we're going to talk about some other gyms too. Some other famous gyms like Gold's, Mayweather Boxing Club, Robert Garcia's out there in Oxnard, Freddie Roach's in LA. We're going to get to it because we got plenty of time. Okay. Still got like an hour before The Voice starts building. Okay. And he's in there. The Voice is in the building. Okay. Now, Emanuel Steward. He's legendary. He was born July 7th, 1944. Okay. And of course, he was a legendary boxing trainer and a commentator for HBO Boxing. Remember? Now, Emanuel Steward trained 41 world champions throughout his illustrious career, most notably Thomas the Hitman Hearns. After Hearns, he trained two big-name heavyweights, Lennox Lewis and Vladimir Klitschko. Trained both of them to championship runs. And get this, Emanuel Steward's heavyweight fighters had a combined record in championship fights of 34 wins, just 2 losses, 1 draw. That's all his heavyweights in their fights. Won 34 out of 37 fights, 2 losses, 1 draw. Very impressive record. And Emanuel Steward was inducted into the International Boxing Hall of Fame, of course, and the World Boxing Hall of Fame. He's in both of them. Now, excuse me. Stewart was known for his charity work in Detroit, Michigan as well. Okay. He helped a lot of youth to attain their education. A lot of needy and troubled youth, yeah. Now, Stewart, let's talk about how he first got into boxing, to get in, when he was on the way to this legendary career. Legendary trainer he ended up being, okay? Now, Stewart was actually born in West Virginia. Now, when he was 12 years old, his parents divorced, and he moved with his mother to Detroit. Okay, so that's how he wound up in Detroit, okay? Now, it wasn't long after him and his mother moved to Detroit. He went to this boxing gym in Detroit where Joe Louis and Eddie Futch trained, okay? Who had access to a man that also became a legendary trainer, Eddie Futch, okay? Him and Joe Louis trained at that gym that Emanuel walked into that day, okay? And that's where he began an amateur career. Okay, hold on, skip it for one moment, please. 2 minutes. Yeah, but that's where he probably knew Joe Louis and Eddie Futch trained it. Everybody in the whole city would have known that, where Joe Louis trained at. So he didn't walk in there by accident. Okay. Oh, shit. Right. And that's where he was actually a boxer for a while. Emanuel Steward was, okay. I know he had a pretty decent amateur career. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. I think he only had like one pro fight or something. I'm not sure. He didn't have too much of a pro career. But so he began an amateur career at that gym. And he had a record in the amateurs of 94 wins, just 3 losses. Very good amateur career. Okay. Including, he won the 1963 National Golden Gloves tournament. Okay. At the bantamweight division. Bantamweight, 118. Yeah, Emanuel Steward won that. Now, I don't know anything about what he did, and I couldn't find anything about a professional career. But if he had a professional career, he didn't go too far with it. Okay. But he had a very good amateur career. 97, he had 100 amateur fights, 197 of them. Won the 1963 National Golden Gloves tournament at bantamweight. Okay. That's big. And in 1971, he became a part-time coach at the Kronk gym. Started out coaching amateurs, right? And at that time, Kronk gym was a hotbed for amateur fighters. Okay, so that's how he got his start in the coaching. He started out coaching amateurs. But, he eventually transferred that success with amateurs into a career training championship level professional fighters. And like I was telling you, in 1980, Hilmer Kenty became his first world champion. Hilmer Kenty. And then he achieved his most success with Thomas Hearns. And he became a champion that's a few months after Hilmer Kenty. Okay. And he did his most successful with Thomas Hearns at welterweight. Okay. And he changed Hearns from a light-hitting boxer into one of the most devastating punches in boxing history. And it's hard to imagine Hearns as a light-hitting boxer. Now, a boxer, very good boxer, but light-hitting? Salute Lonnie Lee. How are you? Lonnie Lee in the building. Lonnie Lee, hashtag JBT in the building. Listening to this Kronk Gym Talk today. Salute Lonnie Lee. Now, it's hard to imagine Tommy Hearns is light-hitting, okay? And like me and Jay Hardcore was talking a while back, The power had to be already in there. Emanuel Steward just gave the technique, you know, how to use that power. Because you know how they always say in football, you can't teach speed. Well, I would say you can't teach power. So he probably had that power. He just wasn't, using the right technique to make it effective. And McQueen probably could speak to that better if he was in it. But yeah, the power had to be there. Emanuel Steward just brought it out of him. But he turned Hearns from a light-hitting boxer into one of the most devastating punches in the history of boxing. Okay? Yes, he did. Hitman had that right hand. And he had a great jab, too. Okay? So, Hearns became one of Stewart's most successful and popular fighters. Becoming one of the legendary Four Kings. And all the Four Kings had legendary trainers, too. Okay? Hearns had Emanuel Steward. Duran had Ray Arcel. Sugar Ray had Angelo Dundee. And Hagler had the Petronelli brothers. They are very underrated trainers. The guys Hagler had, he had them from day one. Okay? Because remember, Hagler walked into this other gym where the guy he had fought at the party for, and he did not know that. But when he got in that gym, nobody paid no attention for a week. Then he went down to another gym in the neighborhood. It was the Petronelli brothers gym. And the rest is history. They trained him and was his managers throughout his career. And the guy that beat him up at that party and took his jacket, he beat him twice in the amateur. Yeah. So that shows you right there that no matter how much talent you got, you need a good trainer to take you to the highest level, because all of the Four Kings had legendary training, every one of them. Okay? Now, Hearns became his most successful boxer. And Emanuel Steward was well known for his outgoing personality and his endless energy. Okay? In addition, he was very giving and was known for being a father figure to his fighters. All of the Four Kings trainers were like that. And you really got to be. As a trainer, it's like a 24/7 job, man. You can't just be the guy's trainer and coach while he's at the gym and then forget about it, Look at Coach Calvin and Tank. When Tank was very young coming up, he was still getting into trouble and stuff out in the streets. So after they left the gym, Coach Calvin worked that night. He would take Tank to work with him. Make sure he didn't get into trouble and stuff. He would take him to work with him, okay? So yeah, you got a trainer like that, that will help you become more successful too. I always looked at it as a 24/7 job. You're not going to be with them 24/7, but they have access to you. Not just once you leave the gym, they can't even contact you anymore until the next day. No. Good trainer, his fighter can get him at any time he needs it. Scrapbook Boxing back in the building. What's up, Scrapbooks? Wait a minute. Hold on for 1 second. Ray Patterson. I meant to give you a wrench, Ray. I'm glad I saw that. Okay. There you go, Ray. Because you're a regular over here. If you're still in here, Ray Patterson, you are now a managing moderator, okay? And salute the Scrapbook Boxing in the building. We're talking about the Kronk Gym Scrapbook. There's Homer Kente and together was known as the Motor City Cobra. Okay. Yeah. I thought that was what they called Hearns too. They called Kente that too? Okay. Scrapbook Boxing would know. Okay. But salute, Scrapbook. Good to see you again. We're going to talk about some of these Kronk fighters. And we're going to talk about some other gyms today too. Very shortly. Touch on some other ones. This is Boxing Gym Day. That's what I should have titled it, but it's all good. Okay, now Yeah, Emanuel Steward. Yeah. You got to have a good trainer, and this fighter got to have access to his trainer. You know, you can't just leave out the gym and see them all and all that. They have to be able to get you. You know, whenever they want to get you. Yo, Hearns and McKenty together were known as the Motor City Cobra. Okay, gotcha. That's where that name came in. I always heard Hearns called that. Yeah, I didn't know too much about Kenty. Now, even though Stewart was a fighter at one time, had a very good amateur career. I told you, had 100 fights, won 97 of them. His main passion was teaching and helping others improve. Okay, that was his main passion. And Stewart died on October 25th, 2012, after undergoing surgery for diverticulitis. He was 68 years old. Colon cancer was subsequently reported. You know, I don't know what the other thing was. I couldn't even pronounce it. So I have no idea what it was. So we're going to talk about some of these other Kronk fighters now. About 5 or 6 of them, something like that. Then we're going to talk about some other gyms. This is Cass Sports, the box story. You know, if it's Monday through Friday at 2 o'clock, it's the box story. And that be me, your friendly neighborhood box story. Okay? Like Officer Friendly walk through the neighborhood, I'm the friendly neighborhood box story. Coming through the neighborhood at 2 o'clock every day, delivering that boxing history. Okay? It's just up to whoever wants to receive it. That's all. Okay, yeah, that's what he died of right there, whatever that is. Diverticulitis. But it has something to do with colon cancer. Okay? Now, let's talk about some of these Kronk guys, man. Okay, where am I? Oh, boy, I think I got my slideshow mixed up. Thomas Hearns is not first. That goes everything. Isn't that Hilmer Kitty right there, scrapbook, I think? That might be Gerald McClellan. Wait a minute now. I'm going to tell you in a minute. That's McClellan. Okay. This should be Steve McCrory. No, I don't know, man. I got my slide display all mixed up. That's one of the McCrorys. That's Milt McCrory. Go backwards, Cass. Bear with me for a minute. That's Steve McCrory. That's Gerald McClellan. I think that's Hilmer. Oh, Kenty right there. I believe that's Obakar. Yeah, he's first. I got my slide display mixed up a little bit. That's right. That's Obakar right there, ain't it? Scrapbook. Yeah. I had to go backwards to get it. That's Oba. Thank you, Scrapbook. I got it. I had to go backwards. I don't know how I got out of order. Obakar is first then. Now, yeah, he was a product of the Kronk gym, Obakar. Yeah, and he was one of the legendary. Wait a minute, I'm on Thomas Hearns. Now, Obakar fought 3 times unsuccessfully for a welterweight world title. He had a total of 61 fights. He won 54, lost 6, had 1 draw. Okay. Well, I know who this is. That's Thomas Hearns. Melanin Queen 27 in the building. Salute Melanin Queen 27. Talking about the Kronk gym today. Good afternoon to you. Peace and blessings. Okay. Now that's Thomas Hearns there. I know that. I think I'm back on track. The scrapbook will let me know. Is that Thomas Hearns scrapbook? It's not. Just messing with you. Just briefly, because we just talked about him. You know, Thomas Hearns, he's the most successful fighter to come out of the Kronk gym. One of the legendary Four Kings. Called himself the Hitman. He moved up over 50 pounds in his career. He had that long, lean build, and that made it easier for him to carry all those pounds going up and down. He took his power every step of the way with him. Now, you know, Manny went up 7 weight classes, but Thomas Hearns went up more pounds. Manny went up like 43. But Manny got more weight classes because he was coming through weight classes like 3 pounds apart. Hearns was going, the weight classes was much further spaced. But Hearns got more pounds. He went up 50 pounds. And with that build he had, you can see how it would be easy for him to carry weight like that. And like I said, he took his power every step of the way with him. Yes, he did. Mm-hmm. Okay. And he was the first boxer to win titles in 5 weight divisions, the Hitman was. And like I said, he took his power every step of the way with him through those weight classes. Yes, he did. Thomas the Hitman Hearns. Okay. That was page 8. I was just looking at my notes, keeping track of where I'm at. And Hearns had 67 fights in his career. He won 61, lost 5, had 1 draw, 41 knockouts. And he's a member of the International Boxing Hall of Fame. Okay. Okay, scrapbook. This should be Elmer Kenty right here. I think. I hope. Anyway. Elmer Kenty. Now he's a former lightweight world champion. And he was the first Emanuel Steward trained fighter to come out of the Kronk gym and win a title professionally. Yeah, Thomas Hearns as an amateur had 7 knockouts. Okay, scrapbook. Yeah, Kenty was the first champion to come out of there. Okay, yeah, I think I'm back on track. BN Boxing News in the building. Ryan Garcia, what did he do? He says, what's that? Oh, F. Ryan Garcia. Oh, wow. But salute BN Boxing News. Oh, yeah. Say, man, Ryan cheated. Ryan didn't care. He just wanted to win any way possible. What did they do? Did they make it a no contest or what? They can't let it stand, I don't think. You know? Now, how come Bill didn't stop the fight? Didn't Bill know that the man had GEDs in the system? He still let him get in there with his son? Okay, so that's Hilma Kenty. I think I'm back on track now. Kenty was named the top lightweight amateur boxer in the United States in 1973 by the National AAU Boxing Committee, Amateur Athletic Union. He had 31 fights during his career. He was 29-2 with 18 knockouts. Okay, Hilma Kenty. That was Hilma Kenty. Nothing yet, BN? Okay, nothing yet. Yeah, they can't let that stand, you know, because the man is proven they cheated. They took Keyshawn for marijuana, so they got to take Ryan's for, you know, and marijuana is legal, right? So they got to take it. They got to, like, make that a no contest. Devin gets his O back, and then win comes off Ryan's record. Yeah. Man went in there cheating. That's ridiculous. Damn, Ryan. Okay. Now this next guy should be Gerald McClellan. Yeah, that's Gerald. That is Gerald McClellan there. Okay. Yeah, they gotta make that a no contest though. They don't have no choice. They better. They took Keyshawn's for marijuana, so come on, man. But Gerald McCullough, he competed professionally from 1988 to 1995. And we're going to talk about some other gems too. Once I finish these, like Freddie Roach, Robert Garcia's Mayweather Boxing Club. Yeah. Now, McClellan is a two-time middleweight world champion between 1991 and 1995. Okay, when he won his 2 titles in between those years. Now, McClellan was forced to retire from boxing after a severe brain injury suffered during his final fight in 1995 against Nigel Benn. He had 34 fights, 31-3, 29 knockouts. That is a very good knockout rate. 29 out of 31. That's up in the 90s, isn't it? Let me check. I gotta know. I'm just obsessed with knockout rates, man. I gotta know. Oh, bear with me for a minute. He had 31 wins and 29 of them was knockout. That is a phenomenal knockout rate there, man. So Gerald McClellan was a knockout guy. Come on. Right. My calculator way over there using this raggedy ass phone. What did I say? 31? Okay. 90. That's a knockout. Come on, phone. I went to another screen. Bear with me for a minute. Don't leave. I'm just crazy about knockout rates. I'm sorry. Let me get my damn calculator. Give me this 1 second. I got it. I should have done this in the first place. Just got the calculator. That's what I bought it for. I'm sitting there trying to use the phone. Now he had 31 wins and 29 knockouts. That is a knockout rate of 93%. I knew it was up in the 90s. Yeah, that is an excellent knockout rate. Miss Joette in the building. Salute Miss Joette, man. We got the queens in here today. We got Melanin Queen 27 was already in here. Miss Joette just came in, and Miss Cass in here. We're the queens of the JBT. Salute Miss Joette. Hope you're having a great day. It's Monday through Friday between 2 and 4. It's the Box Story. Okay. Now let's move on. That's Gerald McClellan. Your 93% knockout rate. Wow, that is a great knockout rate there. Okay, the next guy. Okay, the next two are the McCoy brothers. I know them. That's Steve. Yeah, that's Steve there. Wait a minute, no, that's Milt. That's Steve. See, that's Milt. That's Milt there, right? Knockout. Milt was the older. Scrapbook. Help me out here. That's Milt McCoy. Everything's going great, Miss Stewart. I hope your Thursday's going wonderful too. That's Milt McCoy. Now, Milt McCoy, he turned pro in 1980. And he became welterweight champion as a pro, okay? And he had 40 total fights as a professional, compiling a record of 35 wins, 4 losses, 1 draw, and 25 knockouts. Milt McCoy. Okay, this is his brother, Steve. Steve McCoy. Yeah, we're gonna look at some of these things. Likes are right on the money. Okay, that's Steve. Now, Steve, he won the flyweight Olympic gold in 1984 in Los Angeles, right? He was one of those guys where they had that night of gold at the Garden, Madison Square Garden in 84. It was like 4 or 6 gold medalists made their professional debut on the same night. I know Sweet Pea was there. Pedro Whitaker won gold at Olympics. He was there. Holyfield, I believe, won silver. Holyfield got cheated because the referee, I told y'all yesterday, the referee let him start boxing. Start to throw his punch and then holler, stop it when Holyfield followed through it. You might injure yourself if you try to stop in the middle. When he hit the guy, the referee disqualified him, and Holyfield was way ahead. But guess what? The referee of the guy Holyfield was fighting was from the same country. And that should not happen in the Olympics. There's enough amateur. What you think, Scrapbook? There's enough amateur referees where you shouldn't have a fighter and a referee from the same country. Because that guy obviously cheated for his countrymen. Could have been his uncle or something. You know what I mean? So is that a good point, Scrapbook? In the Olympics, the referee and any other fighters in a fight should not be from the same country. There's enough amateur referees to make that happen. And I think the guy Holyfield was fighting and the referee were both from the country where the Olympic was that year. No. It was in LA. So yeah, they came over here and cheated Holyfield. That makes it even worse. They was in the United States, but this guy and the referee was from the same damn country. Yeah, Steve had 84 gold, right? Yeah. In the flyweight division, right? The amateur is a little different. I know flyweight as a professional is 112. I don't know what it is in the amateurs. Okay. Now, and Steve, he's a younger brother of Milt, right? By a year. And Steve also won a world championship at flyweight too now, right? And he had 36 total fights in his career. Not a knockout artist. He won 30, lost 5, 1 draw. Oh, he wasn't too. No, that's Milt. Steve had 12 knockouts. You know, just like I looked at the good knockout rate. Let's look at this one, see what he is. He had 35 wins, only 12 knockouts. So that's not too good. I'm just fascinated with knockout rates. That's like 30%. Not good at all. Hey, but he won a world championship and a gold medal. So he said he didn't have to knock him out. Okay? He didn't have to knock him out. He used the sweet science. Let's talk about some of these other gems. Start with Freddie Roach. Freddie Roach Wildcard Boxing Club. Let me get it up here. Freddie Roach's Wildcard Boxing Club in LA. Out there where the stars at. That's where Manny came through there. The Pac-Man when he was running through those weight classes like crazy back in the he was a fighter of the decade in the 2010s or whatever, 2000 to 2009, whatever you call that. 2010s. I don't know. But Manny was the fighter of the decade. I don't know if it was officially, but you know, he's thought of as that. Yeah, he was doing his thing. That's when we wanted Manny and Floyd, like 09, 10. It was like a few years, about 5 years too late. We got Manny and Money May. We wanted Manny and Pretty Boy. You know what I mean? Yeah. Let's talk about Freddie Roach's Wildcard Boxing Club. Okay. Everybody okay? This what is it? Thursday afternoon? Yeah. Appreciate everybody rocking with me. Yeah, Wildcard Boxing Club. Now, Freddie always said that the harder you train, the more respect you earn, and the harder you fight, the more fights you win, inside the ring and out. For 33 years, Freddie Roach and the Strip Mall Gym at the corner of Santa Monica Boulevard and Vine has been the heart and soul of Los Angeles boxing. Yeah, Freddie been doing it for 33 years out there. He's trained over 35 world champions, including Miguel Cotto, Amir Khan, James Toney, and 8 division world champion, Manny Pacquiao. And Manny has 8. Amanda Serrano has 7, and she's still active. So watch out, Manny. Amanda could pass you. And like I was saying, Hearns had 5, but he actually went up more pounds than Manny because Manny was going through those weight classes just 3 pounds apart. Hearns was more spread out. I think Manny went up 43. Hearns went up like 50. Okay? Because Hearns had that frame, long, lean frame that was easy to add weight on to and carry it. Yeah. And carried his power every step of the way, too. threw 5 weight divisions. So did Manny. They talked when Brian got busted for the old PEDs. That comes up sometimes with Manny, but because people say, well, he said he was scared of needles, but he got tattoos all over him. But Freddie Roach said it wasn't exactly the needle. It was seeing his blood go up into the tube. So, when you're taking blood, you don't go through that with the tattoo. So, yeah, that's a good excuse, Freddie. Yeah, good job. But, yeah, Wild Card Jim has produced some of the best talent the sport of boxing has ever seen. Now, Freddie Roach is originally from the Boston area, okay? And he began his pro boxing career. He was a brawling featherweight. And he and his brothers, Al, Pepper, Joey, and Paul Jr., were trained by their father, Paul. Called himself the Fighting Roach Brothers. Became local legend. Freddie had 150 amateur fights. And he turned pro at the age of 18. Okay? And Freddie was trained and mentored by Hall of Fame trainer Eddie Futch. And he fought from 1978 to 86, 8 years. And he had a total of 54 fights. Freddie went 41 wins, 13 losses, and he had 17 knockouts. And the sport took its toll physically on Freddie. But his love for the sport has never waned any. And when he retired from actively boxing, Freddie began training boxing. And in 1995 is when he moved to LA and opened the Wild Card Boxing Club. And as they say, the rest is history. Freddie Roach has been champion of the year 7 times. Trainer of the year 7 times. Okay? And trained, like I said, more than 40 world champions. Went into the International Boxing Hall of Fame in 2012. Okay, Scrapbook, I appreciate you stopping through. Make sure you come back through when you get a chance. Appreciate you and all your boxing knowledge. Have a good day. Appreciate you. Okay, Scrapbook Boxing, everybody. But Freddie Roach trained over 40 world champions, went to the International Boxing Hall of Fame in 2012. 2012. He's out there in a town full of stars. It's hard to rise above the glitter and glitz to become a superstar. And that was never Freddie Roach's goal. But the Wild Card Boxing Club is a now Hollywood icon out there, right? It's a humble strip mall gym where neighborhood locals, world famous movie stars, and world champion boxers train, spar, and sweat side by side 365 days a year. And guess what? Just $5 a day. That's all Freddie wants. $5 a day. Okay, there's my pen at there. Let's look at the, what's next? Let's look at Gleason's gym. Okay, how about that? That's a biggie. This is gym day. Let's look at Gleason's. Get Gleason's up here. Okay, we got Robert Garcia and Floyd Mayweather joint. We're gonna check some of them out. Since we did the legendary Kronk, what's going on with Gleason? Give me a minute here. Now, Gleason's had a few different locations. Bear with me for a minute here. That's not the one I want. You know, that's the spot up there in Brooklyn, right? Gleason's. No, I can't get it up like I want it, but I'm going to get it. I didn't decide to use this until the last minute. I would have been more ready. Here we go. This is what I was looking for right here. Got it. You can't beat the box historian. I'm going to stay at it until I get it. Now, Gleason's Gym. Okay, let's talk about that for a minute. E-Class in the building. What's up, E-Class? How are you? E-Class, did you request a profile on Salvador Sanchez? Was that you? That was somebody, I can't remember who it was. Was that you, E-Class? Mr. Luke, E-Class in the building. Oh, I'm not monetized yet, E-Class. But I have a Cash App up there. But I should be monetized in about 2 weeks. Within the next couple of weeks, okay? You see my Cash App scrolled across the bottom? That would be appreciated too. But a Cash App, Super Chat will be available in about 2 weeks. I gotta get monetized first, but I appreciate you. And was that you that asked for the profile on Salvador Sanchez, E-Class? I can't remember who it was. But it's next Friday, anyway. Because I was doing in the middle of the Four Kings, and tomorrow is the last Four Kings, Sugar Ray Leonard. It's been Four Kings month. Okay, tomorrow is the last one. Or it wasn't you. Oh, I know who it was. It was a guy who called himself Trump. Yeah, Tromp. Yeah, that's who it was. I'll probably see it before next Friday. Yeah, but I'll be monetized in like another 2 weeks. I'm just a few hours short. You gotta get a certain amount of hours in a year's time, and I'm almost there. By the end of, I'll say the end of this month, I will definitely be there. But before that, y'all will be seeing a little dollar sign down there in a couple of weeks, like you see in them big chats. Hint, hint. And every time I get a super chat, Jay Hardcore will hit the bag later on that night. I don't have a bag, so. With Gleason's Gym. Gleason's is located on the Brooklyn waterfront, okay? It was founded by Peter Gagliardi. He was a former bantamweight, and he changed his name to Bobby Gleason. Now, the gym was founded on the Brooklyn waterfront, right? I mean, located on the Brooklyn. First, they moved to, moved to Manhattan, then to Brooklyn. Now it's owned by Bruce Silverglade, okay? Gleason's Gym. Now, there's a sign on the wall at Gleason's that says, now, whoever has courage and a strong and collected spirit in his breast, let him come forward, lace on the gloves, and put up his hand. All right. Gleason's Gym. Yeah, that's up there in New York. And we talked, there's a thing on New York yesterday on boxing in New York, remember? Okay, let's talk about another gym. Let's talk about Mayweather Boxing Club, okay? That's what we're talking about gyms today. Hope everybody enjoyed that presentation on the Kronk gym. And don't forget, tomorrow is Sugar Ray Leonard. That's going to be very good. Now, you know, we did all the Four Kings the last 4 weeks, so you're going to see a lot of the same fights we're going to talk about. But say like Sugar Ray Duran, we'll talk about that again tomorrow. But when they did it in the Duran profile, it was from Duran's perspective. So this time, it'll be from Sugar Ray Leonard's perspective. Same thing with Leonard Hearns and Leonard Hagler. When I did their profiles, it was for Hagler and Hearns' perspective. When I talk about these same fights tomorrow, it'll be a little different because it's coming from Sugar Ray Leonard's perspective. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. But yeah, that's tomorrow. The Sugar Ray Leonard profile. That's going to be a good one. Don't miss it. I ain't going to miss it. I'm going to be here. Okay. That's one I'm not going to miss. Well, we're talking about, what is it called? Mayweather's Boxing Club. Mayweather Boxing Club. Hank Davis used to work out there with him. You know, the face of boxing. DN Boxing News. Yeah, Ryan was caught cheating, so that that win's got to come off. You know, got to come off. Yeah, yeah, no question, man. He was cheating. I'm surprised they didn't stop the fight before it happened. This little thing on Roger, I don't want that. How about Robin Garcia out there in Oxnard, California? Yeah, but I appreciate everybody stopping by today. You want to know Cast Sports? Now make sure you don't miss tomorrow because it's going to be a good one. And Robert Garcia has the Boxing Academy out there. Let me see what I can get on that. Mayweather don't have too much to talk. See, I thought of this on the one I really worked on was the Kronk gym. Okay. I thought of this at the last moment. I would have been more prepared if I'd have been thinking about it. Yeah. I said, since I'm doing, I knew I was going to run a little short. I said, let's talk about a few more. Okay, let's see. What is this? Man, bear with me. Yes, that's it again. Now, okay, Roger Mayweather. Well, Roger Mayweather's not around anymore. Floyd Mayweather's a trainer out there. Cornelius Boza Edwards, boxing gym manager. Rafael Garcia, cut man. I think he passed away too. This is old. Yeah. Rafael Garcia used to be the guy with all the little pins on his hat and stuff in Floyd's corner, remember? Yeah, that was Rafael. Yeah. This ain't working out too good. Final information on these things. But yeah, everybody, I guess they've had the press conference by now. The big Canelo and Jaime Munguia. Final presser was today, right? Yeah. Everything always happens during my show. And then the weigh-in will be tomorrow. And then the fight. Showdown is Saturday. I was watching this thing this morning. I think it was it might have been Fight Hype, and they were talking to some fighters, trainers, active fighters, ex-fighters. You know, they ask them their opinion, and a lot of them were saying, Jaime, man. Yeah. Just as many said Jaime as said Floyd. That was very interesting. Yes, it was. Just as many said Jaime. I'm going with Canelo. A lot of them are looking at Canelo has had, he's had over 60 fights, going on 70, but I think he's still, you know. And Canelo has that chin, man. He was in there with Triple G. Triple G was landing some stuff on him. Canelo didn't even buckle, just fought right back. So I don't know what Jaime's going to do with that. Get himself knocked out. That's what he's going to do, because Jaime likes to exchange. You know, he's got a high punch output. He likes to exchange, but that's going to get him in trouble with Canelo. Canelo might get him up out of there. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying a stoppage. I am saying Canelo will stop him. About 9, round 9. Yep. You heard it here. Cash Sports prediction. Canelo in 9. I even think Canelo, a lot of them are saying Jaime could win a decision, but nah. I give Canelo the decision too. Yeah. Jaime don't have the experience. Plus, he hadn't been in there with nobody. He's been in the Golden Boy protection racket all this time. You know? And now, all of a sudden, he's got to get in there against the real fighter. He's not going to, it's not going to work out good for him. Now, okay. Robert Garcia in Oxnard, California. It's called Robert Garcia Boxing Academy. Robert Garcia is a very good trainer, but only thing, he's so pro-Mexican, man. You know, when they asked him, I think they asked him about that fight today. I think he went with Canelo. But Robert Garcia, man, he's just everything Mexican. He doesn't look at stuff objectively. You know, he's very biased, very Mexican biased. And, you know, you can't really get a good opinion from him about a fight or anything, because if it's a Mexican involved, then he's going with the Mexican. That's just what it is, okay? And but he's a very good trainer, though. Very good trainer, first class trainer. But I think he said Canelo. That's how I would say how Robert Garcia has his ways. He's a Canelo guy. Canelo could be fighting King Kong. Robert Garcia going to say Canelo. That's just how he is. You know, you're not going to get any kind of objective opinion when you ask Robert Garcia about boxing. He's going to go with his favorite, and that's just how it is. He can't stand it. Earl Spence could be fighting King Kong. I mean, Earl Spence could be fighting a 90-year-old man. Robert Garcia going to pick the 90-year-old man ever since Earl asked Mikey. Remember, Mikey, I see something, Garcia. And then Robert, I see something too, Garcia. Yeah, you can't stand Earl after that. He's been picking against Earl ever since. Finally got one right when Earl fought Bud. But he's a very good trainer, though. He's a very excellent trainer. Now, yeah, the Robert Garcia Boxing Academy is in Riverside, California. Okay. And it has a stellar worldwide reputation. You know, responsible, when your gym is responsible for creating world champions, it's hard to go unnoticed, right? Now, Robert Garcia grew up with boxing in his blood. You know, fought as an amateur until the age of 17. Turned pro at 17. And he retired at 26, had a 9-year career. Okay. Then he took a little bit of time away from the sport when he first retired. Then his father was a trainer. That's how he started out as a trainer. He started out helping his father. Okay? And the rest is history. Works with true world champions, continuing to grow. Robert Garcia in Oxnard, California. Excellent trainer. But he's just, you know, there's nothing wrong with he is pro-Mexican as you can get, man. Yeah. Very biased guy. But that's just how it is. He is. But it doesn't take away from his training. Trained his brother Mikey. Robert fought, I think he was like down there like featherweight. He was way down there, little guy, man. Yeah. You can see how small he is now, but he's big. But when he was a boxer, he was real little guy, man. Then like smaller than Mikey. Mikey is 140. I don't think Robert ever got up that far. But you know, like I said, he took a little bit of time away from boxing when he first retired, and then he started helping his father out. And then he, I don't know what his father's doing now. Did Robert just take over the gym or what? But he runs it now. I don't know what Mikey's doing. Mikey made a lot more money in the sport than Robert, so Mikey probably chilling. Mikey lost that fight to Sandor Martin and got out of Dodge. Remember that one? Sandor surprisingly come on the scene. I think he beat Tio. Remember? Yeah, but they gave it to Tio. But he beat Mikey convincingly. They could not cheat him when they fought Mikey. Yeah, because he beat him convincingly. They had to give Sandor his props for that one. Yeah. Wonder what he's doing there. I think I heard something about him fighting somebody, but I can't remember who it was. Then they got this gym, Fifth Street Gym in Miami. This is where I should have went to first. Fifth Street Gym in Miami. It began in 1950, okay? Got to start in 1950 when Chris Dundee began promoting big-time boxing in Miami Beach. Now, the Fifth Street Gym, it quickly became the celebrated University of Boxing, overseen by Chris the Wizard of Oz and his brother, Angelo, the Prince of Oz. And the gym was also a magnet for a wide range of international celebrities, including Joe Louis, Rocky Marciano, Jackie Gleason, Malcolm X, the Beatles, Sean Connery, Mr. James Bond himself, Old Blue Eyes, Frank Sinatra, Sylvester Stallone, wow, and a myriad of others. It was a magnet for superstars. That's a who's who list of superstars there from all walks of entertainment. We had boxers, actors, musicians, singers. Wow, wait. And all these people were absorbed into the gym's legendary mystique. Boxing people all over the world sent their fighters down there to be trained at Fifth Street Gym. I'd never heard of it before just now. I should have went here first. Let's see, sounds better than Mayweather and Robert Garcia's Oxnard Academy, Freddie Roach, all that stuff, man. Every possible thing that could be taught about the profession of boxing was taught by the Wizard, okay? It originally lasted about 4 decades and created countless world champions, such as, check this out, the great Carmen Basilio. And I talked about him yesterday on my From New York list, didn't you remember? The great Carmen Basilio, Willie the Worm Pastrano, Thomas Hill, JBT in the building. What's up, Thomas Hill, JBT? Salute. What was my other name, Thomas Hill? The Old Timer Show Ducky, or the duck from the Old Timer Show? I forgot. I was going through my names today. Can you give me that one again? Yeah. I told why I don't come in the chat, because when I come in there, everybody be like, get up there. I listen, but I don't show my name in there on Sunday, because everybody be, get up there, Cass, get up there, Cass. Led by Thomas Hill himself, the mayor of YouTube. And he's in there. Salute, Thomas Hill. How are you today? You ready for that big Cinco de Mayo Saturday? We almost there. Yeah. You know, this was a gym I was talking about. There it is. Old Timers Show Dodger. Yeah, thank you. I got to write that down. Cass Sports, a.k.a. the Boxtorian, a.k.a. 2 o'clock Shorty, a.k.a. the Old Timers Show Dodger. Yeah, that's me, all them. But yeah, we was talking about the Kronk Gym starting out, and now I just went over some other places. This place, you ever heard of them, T-Hill? The Fifth Street, what's it called? The Fifth Street Gym in Miami. Sounds pretty interesting. Started in 1950. The who's who of superstars been through there. I was looking at some of the boxers that trained there, old school. Carmen Basilio, Willie Pastrano, Cassius Clay himself. Yep. And since Cassius Clay still remains a shining, I think I did hear about that before from Ali training there. Yeah. He was Cassius Clay then. Right. Yeah, okay. Maybe back in the day. Yeah, I got you. Yeah, yeah. Sounds pretty interesting. Yeah, we talked about the Kronk Gym today, and Emanuel Steward. You know, his daughter runs it now, Sylvia Stewart Williams. And they have a Kronk Gym. I've been saying Phoenix, Arizona all week, but they have another Kronk Gym in Tucson. It's Tucson, Arizona. Yeah. Yeah, Scrapbook Boxing was in here earlier. Yeah. Yeah, he was in here today. Yeah, you're right. He was in here, T. He just left. He said he had to get something to do. Yeah, but he was here for most good part of the show. Gave us some good tidbits of information. Some gems. Gave up some gems. Yes, he did. I had lost place on my slide presentation on some of the boxes that came out of Kronk Gym, and he got me straightened out. I put their faces up there. He knew who they were because I had them all mixed up. But Scrapbook got me straight. Yeah, he was pointing them out to me, which one was which. Yeah, he's definitely knows his shit. Excuse my French, but no doubt, Scrapbook is yeah, he knows. Yeah, I'm gonna have him up here. Next time I see him in the show, I'm gonna see if I can get some information where we can talk and set up something. Maybe me and him can do a whole Bruce Gas too, do an entire show together. Just talk. I'm gonna see if I can set that show up. Yes, that will be a woo-wee fire. Next time he's in here, I'm going to see if I can get some kind of way to get in touch with him. I know how to get in touch with Bruce Gas. And we're going to do something. Ray Patterson, what's happening? Yeah, Ray Patterson from New Jersey is in here. Yeah. Just Do Boxing from Jersey was in here too. He's probably getting ready for his show. He's coming up next. Yeah. And this gym helps shape the history of Miami Beach. It's synonymous with the history of Miami Beach for what it was and what it has become once again. When has Coach Tommy ever been there? Let's see. Write that down so I can ask him about it next time he come in here. Now, the gym became a tourist attraction in the decayed streets as the money had moved north. Yeah. Fontainebleau and Eden Rock. The biggest names and fighters paraded through this magical gym known as Fifth Street Gym. Like I said, Ali, Basilio, Muhammad Ali. Listen to this, y'all. Muhammad Ali. All these fighters trained there at one time or another. Muhammad Ali. The great Carmen Basilio. Emma Griffith. The Mongoose, Archie Moore. Willie Pep, one of the greatest defensive fighters ever. The Big Bad Bear, Sonny Liston. The Hands of Stone, Roberto Duran. All them guys came to that gym. I knew nothing about it until about 15 minutes ago. The list is infinite. And it says, as shaggy and unkempt as the area was, the gym simply belonged. Ooh, yeah, lights are looking beautiful. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate my people. I ain't got many, but I put them up against any chat. Any chat. Any of them. Now, the gym had taken many years, but once again, it came alive in 2009. Okay. Now, the wizard was gone. The guy that started it, Chris, I forgot his name. The original concrete was gone. Ali and Ferdy Pacheco was gone. However, the magic of Fifth Street Gym was born again, and the love of boxing was back. The rebirth of the Fifth Street Gym has continued to keep its spirit alive. Tom Tazatas and Dino Spencer dusted off dusted it off, and with the guidance and blessings of Angelo, the gym. Okay, that was the guy's brother that started it. Angelo was still around. It's Chris apparently had passed away because it said he was gone, but it mentioned Angelo. Remember, Angelo and Chris opened it in the beginning. Angelo was still around, and he gave them the family blessing to go and move on with it. Right now, the gym once again reopened in its original location at 5th and Washington. Dino Spencer, Angelo Dundee's student and protege, is a direct lineage for the gym. Okay, so Angelo still has something to do with it. Yeah, Chris Spencer. What's the guy's name? I don't want to go all the way back to the top. Angelo Dundee. Okay, yeah, I think it was Chris Spencer. So this guy Dino Spencer seems like he's related to them, and he's the one running it now. But Angelo still has something to do with it. One of the original guys. Okay. Now Dino, who has lived his life in the gym and also trained under the current world-renowned trainer Freddie Roach. So yeah, Dino was young, and when Angelo and Chris was running it, Dino was around then. Man, I gotta go up. Let me see. I forgot Chris' last name. Chris Dundee. Oh, yeah. Angelo is a nephew. I mean, the other guy, Dino, is their nephew. Okay, he must be a sister's because he got the same last name, different last name. So it's their sister. Okay, I got it. They say he grew up in the gym, right? Okay. So now he's running it, still in the family. Okay. If I ever get down that way, I'm going to have to check out 5th Street Gym. It sounds good. But I appreciate everybody. Time to get out of here. And don't forget, tomorrow is Sugar Ray Leonard. Don't miss that. I'm not going to miss it. If y'all miss it, that's on y'all. I'm going to be right here for that one. Sugar Ray Leonard. Okay. Who is in here today? Thomas Hill, hashtag JBT. E-Class. Miss Joette. BN Boxing News was in here. Fire Channel. Get over and check him out. He's a Devin Haney fan, but I ain't going to hold that against him. Get over and check BN Boxing News out, y'all. Solid brother. Fire Channel. Melanin Queen 27 was in the building. Salute Melanin Queen 27. And salute to Miss Joette, too. Scrapbook Boxing. Lonnie Lee, hashtag JBT. D for the win. Just Do Boxing, The Voice. Coming up in a couple minutes. Mike Grimm was in the building. Let's Talk Fashion, hashtag JBT was in the building. That's Remo. He got his name in parentheses. But yeah, that's Remo. Let's Talk Fashion. Jewelry Faint, 757, hashtag JBT. And Remo and McQueen are the JBT technological analytical team. So you know we got that covered. We ain't worrying about nothing. Mike Masick, always in the building. Mike Masick beats me here sometimes. Ray Patterson, straight out of New Jersey, was in the building. Salute Ray Patterson. And Miss Cat, hashtag JBT, the Executive Vice President of Cass Sport. Salute Miss Cass, everybody. Couldn't do it without Miss Cass. Okay. Another Cass Sports getting ready to go into the history books. But we got tomorrow. And it's still early in the JBT day. You know what we got coming up. We got Just Do Boxing at 4. J Hardcore back in the lab at 8. Hangout. And the Mighty Rise podcast at 9 p.m. tonight to cook and then shut it down for the JBT. I'll be back tomorrow at 2. But y'all ain't seen the last of me for today. I'll see y'all somewhere else along in these YouTube streets later on today. No doubt. Okay? And Just Do Boxing or in the Hangout. Found out everybody got them pots this evening to hang out. On the Mighty Rise podcast. You go on the Mighty Rise podcast, you might see both of the face of boxing coaches in there. Calvin Ford and Kenny Ellis. And Calvin Ford and Kenny Ellis was on Little Cat Sports a couple of weeks ago. Yes, they was. I was sitting right here. Yeah. They was on here. They had a good time. It was after what fight was that? Because we do a post fight on the big fights, and it was my turn. Oh man, I can't even remember who fought. It wasn't Devin and Ryan. Yes, it was. It was after the Devin and Ryan fight, okay? But everybody have a great day, and I'll see y'all later on. Get your popcorn and your drinks and stuff together, because heating up now. Time for the boys. Everybody have a good one. This is Gas Sports. See y'all later. Peace, Mike Macy. Have a good one.